You're listening to The Fly Guy Show. They do everything on the fly and in such a fly manner. Stay tuned for economic uplift. It's all about the money. Stay fly, stay fly, stay fly, stay fly.
There we go. All right, it's your man DJ Seiko Varner. I'm here doing the Fly Guy thing with Dee Hunter. What's up, D?
Hey, how you doing, Seiko? Thanks for having me today, brother.
No problem, man. You're going to inform me and inform everyone else who's paying attention about something that we need to pay attention to. So tell me about Crosscheck. Tell me about Crosscheck.
Yeah, I really appreciate you doing this show. Crosscheck is a GOP-devised mass voter purge program that discriminates against people of color and people of color's surnames. It was designed by Chris Kobach of Kansas, the Secretary of State of Kansas. If you ever forget his name, just remember KKK, Chris Kobach of Kansas, okay? KKK. Chris Kobach is a avowed racist. This guy wanted to do a Muslim registry. He has been a vote suppressor extraordinaire, tried to require birth certificates to vote, has been sued numerous times, struck down by the courts in Kansas, has been held in contempt of court for his continuous vote suppression tactics. And he's been so successful at suppressing the vote that Donald Trump recently made him in charge of this voter integrity commission, which we really call the voter suppression commission. But the way it works, these 27 states take their voter rolls and combine them. And let's say they find a Dee Hunter in North Carolina, a Dee Hunter in Virginia, right? Or a Seiko Varner in North Carolina, a Seiko Varner in South Carolina. If the names match, they send you a postcard. If you don't send it back, you could be purged from the rolls. The list...
Does that mean I won't be able to vote?
That's absolutely right. You'll be purged from the voter rolls. You could arguably show up at the polls and try to vote. Your name will not be on the list. You show up on they give you a provisional ballot. The provisional ballots are not counted. Crosscheck is so evil that, for example, North Carolina, prior to engaging in Crosscheck, their regular list maintenance purge, they purged 40,000 voters. 80,000 voters. After Crosscheck, 40,000, and after Crosscheck it went to 182,000. A study in New York State found that for every one person that they correctly identified as even registered twice, because, it's common for you to register. You don't call the Board of Elections when you change your address. You just don't vote in two places. So for every one person that they actually find who is actually registered in two places, there's 200 that are not. The list is totally erroneous. It is done and designed to purge people from the roll with surnames like Washington, Brown, Jefferson, Garcia, Sung. New York State did a study on Crosscheck, and the initial list came back with some 300,000 people double registered to vote. 300,000. After they actually whittled down the list and corrected the errors, the number was really only 40,000. The problem is that some states just get this list and start cutting people off the roll. That's the case right now in Indiana. They passed a law there that said, hey, if you show up on the Crosscheck list, we're not even going to mail you a postcard. We're just going to cut you off the roll. So this is a mass GOP purge program. We estimate that there's some 7 million people on this list, and arguably some 1.5 million people have been illegally purged. And these are in states like Ohio, Michigan, battleground states, 27 Republican states. We're coming to Virginia because Virginia is the only state with a Democratic governor that currently enrolls in Crosscheck. And I know all about this.
Hold on. You saying, I live here in Virginia, 2 up, 2 down, VA. Are you saying that in Virginia, Crosscheck is alive?
Yes, it is. We're really surprised and disappointed that the Virginia government is involved in Crosscheck, particularly in light of Governor McCullough's progressive record as it relates to the restoration of voting rights for felons. The guy that runs the Board of Elections there is a former employee of the Advancement Project. But the reality of the matter is that Virginia submits its voter roll to Chris Kobach in Kansas, and then they purge people who might have the same name as you who are in Virginia and other states. And we got to get Virginia out of Crosscheck.
Stay fly, stay fly, stay fly, stay fly, stay fly.